Hello, how are you? This is Matthew, and you are in the moment, as promised. I am here at the Barrington Street encampment. We knew this rain was in the forecast. Heavy rainfall warning is in place. Thunder showers possible this evening. I am underneath the on-ramp to the McDonald Bridge, and I can still smell. Charred remains. That fire Tuesday morning, 6 o'clock. The remaining rubble of that is behind me, over my left shoulder. And I'm going to pan around here in a minute, but this is all fenced off now. I have been walking underneath this on-ramp for nearly 4 years, and this is the first time I have seen fencing up here. And what I will say, there's a few things I have to say. I'm going to try and keep things nice and tight. But as you may or may not know, the individuals that were tenting, that were sleeping rough, that were simply existing at Halifax Commons, that is not a designated encampment. They have all been served eviction notices. So they have to vacate Halifax Commons by the 16th of this month. But what I don't understand, the documentation that they are leaving with these individuals, it is telling them that the other alternatives where they can go are Lower Flint Park, where people are literally being threatened. Their lives are being threatened at Lower Flint Park. Cogswell Park, there's like 5 people there. The Barrington Street encampment, there is nothing. They are handing out diagrams telling the unhoused where to go. You can't stay here, but there's another encampment that you can go to. There's one structure here left at the Barrington Street encampment, and I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what has happened here underneath the on-ramp just within the last 48 hours. So this is all brand new fencing, and I'm sure, almost positive, it is here so that we don't have situations like this. Now, for the record, this particular tent has been unoccupied since before December. I walked by here the morning before this happened. This is very suspicious to me. You can see the power cords. And those power cords go to that electrical box right there. That electrical box was put here because this was a designated encampment. Now, what I will say is I'm going to go on the record as saying I believe there is someone out there or people out there that seriously want to do harm to the unhoused. I know of someone who his life has been threatened twice at the same encampment. In fact, the last time he was threatened was just hours before this tent went up in flames. Very, very suspicious. Now, if this was my stuff and I had been away from it for weeks and weeks and weeks, do you think I would purposely burn it down within hours of coming back? Now, it could have been electrical, could have been, but like I said, there were at least half a dozen electrical cords going into this. So if they're leaving, chances are they unplugged everything before they left. So I believe that there's some nasty, there's some evil people out there. And I was speaking with some ladies who I used to work with this afternoon. And what I do here, the live streams that I do, the radio program that I do, it is to educate people in real time the suffering that is going on here in the HRM. But are we learning anything? Because to answer that question, you can go to the Q104 Facebook page. Sorry for the wind. You can go to the Q104 Facebook page where a couple days ago they asked a really silly question about whether encampments should be in areas where they might hinder traffic. Just ridiculous. Q104, stick to music surveys, because all that did was show what a hateful audience that you have. keyboard warriors, never wanted for anything, would not survive 24 hours out here. Wouldn't survive out here at all. Yet you're a tough individual from the comfort of your own home. Please, give me a break. So even though individuals are still being handed pamphlets telling them that the Barrington Street encampment site is a place to go, well, they've just closed off a big section of it, actually the only section that gives you any protection. Now, I am all for closing encampments, don't get me wrong, but let's get cracking. Listen, I have seen tiny homes. I know people who were in a tent and are now in tiny homes, and it is a game changer. It is a starter kit for getting your life back together. Forget the pallet shelters. Tiny homes, yes, let's make a huge investment in tiny homes. Public housing, yes, but we are not there yet. Tiny homes. I've seen the difference it makes in people's lives, and it is so rewarding to see joy come back into someone's life because of security, dignity, privacy restored inside four walls. So instead of putting up fences to keep people out of encampments, that's all you can provide, let's get people inside. Let's get people inside. It is this particular location has had at least 2 fires, arrests. There's been raids here, and last year, October, Friday the 13th, a body was taken out of here. So this is a bad location. I'm all with closing this location down. That being said, it's the only encampment that has a power box. Crazy times. From the Barrington Street encampment on a stormy Thursday, my name is Matthew, and you are caught up in the moment.